guys, and welcome. Today I want to talk about the stress cycle. All right, this is very important to learn if you ever have stress in your life. And guess what? We all have stress in our life. So I learned about this stress cycle from a book called Burnout. And I guess I understood the stress cycle. I knew about the stress cycle, but I didn't quite understand it until I read it from this book. So here it is. So when we were cavemen, not we, but like when there were cavemen, they would be chased down by animals who wanted to eat them. And so their stress, was, oh, please don't let me be eaten today by this animal who is chasing me. And so they would feel stressed as they were running away. And then one of two things would happen. One, they would be eaten, or two, they would run, get help, and then attack the animal and kill it. And then the animal would be dead, and then they'd be like, okay, finally, I don't feel stressed anymore. In our modern day and age, we don't have animals eating us, but we still have that stress cycle built into us. But we don't have an animal to destroy, so how do we get past this feeling of stress? All right, so this is what I want to talk about. How to end the stress cycle without killing an animal. Okay? Now, there are stresses in our life that can go away, that can be avoided, that can be accepted, that can be adapted, it can be taken away. However, sometimes those stressors either don't ever go away or they take too long to go away, and it's not healthy for us to feel stressed for so long. So sometimes, before we can get rid of a stressor, we have to end the stress cycle. So the first thing you can do to end the stress cycle is to exercise. Get on your feet, go run it out, go punch it out, just that physical exertion. You need to end your stress cycle, all right? Now, this is gonna depend on who you are. Sometimes I do like to punch things, punch a pillow, scream, or whatever, and that can kind of help my stress cycle end. Some people like to go for a run or dance it out or maybe kick something, all right? So this is a good way to end your stress cycle. The next way to end the stress cycle is physical affection. Hug for 20 seconds, kiss for 6 seconds. That affection with somebody you love and trust can end your stress cycle. Now, if you do that to a stranger on the street, it could heighten your stress level. So it does have to be with someone that you trust and love and that will just hug you for 20 seconds. And it does something physically to you. It just really calms you down. There's all these hormones and stuff involved, but I won't go into that. All right, so physical affection. Hug for 20 seconds, kiss for 6 seconds, whichever one works for you. The third thing that you can do is to create. Being creative is a great outlet. It's a great stress cycle ender. And it depends on you, on what is creative for you. Sometimes a puzzle could be creative enough for somebody, or maybe drawing a picture for somebody else, or singing, something to do with music. Whatever, again, works for you. Being creative can end the stress cycle. The fourth thing you can do is cry. We've all had those crying sessions where it's like this big release, okay? It feels that way for a reason, all right? It is ending a stress cycle when you let it out and cry. Fifth thing you can do is laugh. I mentioned laughter as medicine in my Thor video that I just did, but it's serious, guys. Laughter is medicine, and it can really reduce your stress level and end that stress cycle. So if you're feeling up to it, put in a funny movie or go with a friend that makes you laugh. And I'm talking like Not just like a that's funny laughter, but like a belly laugh, and it can end your stress cycle. The sixth thing you can do is breathe deeply, okay? Now this is not just like a and done. Take like good 3 to 5 long deep breaths. And that can end your stress cycle. You may not believe it because you imagine yourself in the middle of being stressed and you're like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe like that. But if you take the time to do that enough times, it can clear your mind, help you focus, and end the stress cycle. Now, the last thing that you can do, it's very important, is to rest. Your mind, your body needs rest. All right, so go sleep for at least 8 hours. Take a nap or do a restful activity. Something that doesn't occupy your mind. Social media does not count as a restful activity, all right? Something that your mind can just daydream and relax, okay? So those are the 7 ways that you can end a stress cycle. Again, this is not getting rid of the stress that's in your life. It is ending that anxiety feeling, the pressure feeling, the life is kind of falling apart right now feeling. All right, you do one of these, it can end that cycle and you can kind of move on with your day and, I don't know, figure out what is stressing you and how to manage that. P.S. If you find yourself in a situation where you cannot finish the stress cycle, something you can do while you're in the moment, while you're waiting for an opportune time to finish the cycle, is to focus on your senses. Like, what are 4, 5 things I can see, 2 things I can hear, 1 thing I can smell, 1 thing I can taste, or whatever. Like, if you focus on your senses, it can kind of get you through that stressful high moment until you can get into a spot where you can actually finish the cycle. And that was a life lesson with Lindsey. I hope this helped, guys. Everyone gets stressed sometimes, and it's okay. But it's not okay to feel stress for a huge amount of time. So I hope that this video can help you find out ways to end that stress cycle. Peace out.